Welcome back to the fourth installment of the 22 and 22 series, where we're going to be ranking the 22 teams heading back to Orlando. This is number 19, and we collectively decided that this is the first team which is currently in playoff position, the Brooklyn Nets. So they went 30 and 34 in the season. They've had so many crazy things happen to them this season. For example, Kyrie Irving, one of their star players who they signed in the offseason, played only 20 games. And in fact, they were worse when he was playing than when the rest of the team was playing. Spencer Dinwiddie played much better than Kyrie Irving did after the first 5 games that Kyrie was available. It really is such a messed up organization. They just fired their head coach. Currently, their interim head coach is probably going to coach in the bubble. It's crazy. And just to start for the player news, how about no Kyrie Irving? Actually, Kyrie Irving probably lost his mind when he tweeted to the Nets group chat that he just started a new league. No KD, he isn't coming back from injury. No Nicholas Claxton, no Wilson Chandler, and Spencer Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan have both tested positive for the virus. That's crazy. The only 2 players who I literally have heard of before who have performed somewhat decently in the regular season is Caris LeVert, who has injury issues, and Jarrett Allen, whose only highlight plays are either posters or dunks, or blocks, which is just weird. So I have them going 2-6 in the bubble. They have 2 really important games, both against the Magic. That's going to be super critical for seeding purposes, but I think it's a bad matchup. Aaron Gordon and Nikola Vucevic are much better than Jarrett Allen and nobody else, and Taurean Prince maybe. The 2 best players on the Magic are just way too good, and the Magic are very good defensively with guards like Markelle Fultz and John Isaac at forward. They match up really well with the best of the Nets. I don't see the Nets winning either of the games, and thus I think that they will fall to the 8th seed and go 2-6 and end the season as the 8th seed and getting likely swept by the number 1 seed. This is the part of the video where we talk about our rankings. So I had the Nets at 19. I think that although they are a playoff team, they are worse than several of the Western Conference teams vying for the 8th place, but they are still better than the teams we mentioned previously, which are the Spurs, the Suns, and the Wizards. So because they have at least some sort of hope in Dinwiddie possibly coming back, Caris LeVert, Taurean Prince, and Jarrett Allen, they have a team which can perform somewhat decently. They're around 500 during the regular season. They have a couple of games. One is a guaranteed. I have them possibly splitting against the Magic, possibly going 0-2 against the Magic. I think that they can go 2-6 in the bubble, which is why I have them above the teams which would go 0-8 or be very lucky with 1-7.
All right, yeah, I also have them at 19, but while I agree with the ranking, I kind of disagree with the logic a bit, because I think that your 2-6 prediction for the Nets is very optimistic. I don't really see them winning any games. I think this team is absolutely horrific. The reason that I have them the reason that I don't have them any lower is just because the way I kind of saw these power rankings is which team is most likely to win the NBA Finals. And I think that the fact that they have a playoff spot is their only saving grace. I think this team is worse than the Suns, even possibly worse than the Spurs, but just because they have a playoff spot, I think they can. I think they can. I think they're 19th. I don't know. I can't speak.
I think we have a slight disagreement here. I had the Nets at 1 spot higher at 20th, and this is because of a similar reason to Andy. Although the Nets do have a playoff spot, I think that the Nets are a very weak team with the loss of most likely with the loss of DeAndre Jordan, the definite loss of Kyrie Irving and KD. I think the Nets have a really, really bad team now, and just ranking based on strength, the Nets are definitely worse than the Suns and the Spurs, possibly even worse than not worse than the Wizards. That's crazy, but I think just looking at the Nets schedule, I think the Nets are probably going to go 1-7. They might beat the Wizards, but they're definitely going to lose to the Magic and the Kings, which is quite bad. And for that reason, the Nets have a pretty weak team. I think they'll probably make the playoffs just because the Wizards are the only other team in contention.
Well, that's been a very entertaining episode for the Nets, the first playoff team. What team do you think will have at number 18? stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of 22 and 22. This is us, the Benchwarmers, and we're signing off. See ya.